Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. My name is Atefe. I come from London to this journey. I've been in Karbala for a couple of days. We arrived the night before Arbaeen. We walked a little towards Karbala. And alhamdulillah, we are here. I was really young and I came with my parents. I think it was during the time of Saddam. So it wasn't as many people and was very organized, but in a different manner. So they brought us to the front of the shrine and they let us go in for a very limited time. So the feeling was quite different. You knew you didn't have much time, and I think it was a surprise to be there, but a very nice surprise. I didn't plan to come this year. It was all out of the blue, no planning, and I feel like everything was put in place by someone else. Because usually when you go and take a trip, even this type of journeys, you make plans. You buy your tickets and book your accommodation. You know when you want to go to the pilgrimage, which prayers you want to stay in. It's been very different to the previous times. But every time I visit, I feel like I'm at home. I feel like there is such a peace and comfort, even though every time is different, because different time of the year, different reason for visiting Karbala. But every time is sort of also the same, because this place makes you the happiest person to be here, but also because of what has happened, makes you very sad and very emotional. So yes, I think it's what you're talking about is comes and goes. As you go in, they've put writings all over the place. Last time I came, it was an Eid. This time, it's Arbaeen. So the atmosphere of the city is different. But it also, I feel like I have a bond with this place, with the shrine.
That's good.
The kindness is everywhere. And it's amongst all type of people and all type of different generations, different cultures, people from different backgrounds. It's not just about the geographical location that they came from and they make connection through that. However, yes, kindness is the one thing that you would see throughout the walk, when you come out of the airport, when you go to any of the mokeb to rest or to use the facilities. You see that everybody is very kind to each other. I've been to Hajj. It's great, but this is something different, totally different, because you don't see kids respecting people they don't know in such a manner. You don't see women taking care of older women or younger women that they don't know. You can't put those two people together. They're not from the same country. They don't understand what the other one is saying, but they're still caring for each other. Even throughout I felt it as I came through the city. It became busier and busier and less organized, but people were trying to make way for each other rather than just for themselves. That's something I haven't seen before. That's something when I go to other places that people gather for similar reasons, for religious reasons. What they share is the same bond with but I haven't seen it as often, that people care for each other in such a loving way. If every one of us take what we feel and what we see, what we experience here, back to where we live, back to people that we associate ourselves with, people who are my family, my friends, my extended surrounding, why not? I can be a representative, inshallah, for Imam Hussein alayhi salam, and the message that he brought, and the fact that as soon as you decide to come to Karbala, nothing is your doing. Everything becomes his generosity and his wealth of love. If I'm honest, I experienced it this time very much, where I was in my life and what I expected, and I didn't expect to be here at all, not in the slightest. I mean, there was no chance. I have a 2-year-old. There was no way I was going to leave her. I made no plans, and in less than 24 hours, everything fell into place. I came here, everything was prepared. I haven't seen this anywhere else. We make a lot of plans, we make a lot of attempts, not for, just fun, for good cause, and it doesn't come to fruition. But here, it doesn't matter who is sitting beside me, who made lots of plans, who hasn't. Everybody's in this sort of sea of love, and we can feel it. I think it can conquer the world. It's just that I feel like we forget, unfortunately, when we leave this place behind. Life, we've made our lives so busy that we tend to forget, and we need reminders. I mean, I know for sure that I'm going to put reminders in my life of the trip that I took, of what I saw here. Inshallah, if I can come again, I know what I'm going to be hoping for. And why not? I plan to pass this down to my kids, and I hope I can instill in them the same love that my parents gave me, the same love that my community gave me, and I hope that they can carry on. And inshallah, when Imam Mahdi alayhi salam comes, we all have done enough to be considered his soldiers, or take a little small part in. To be honest, the previous times I wasn't looking for anything. I was just going to come and read ziyarat, and but this time I've seen so many things, and that's what I mean when the feelings, the thoughts have come without any intention. So that's what I would say is different to the previous times that I've visited the same places that I've done ziyarah. This time I feel like I want to change, I want to become a better person. But I would say it's not me who's deciphering it. I feel like everybody here has been blessed to be here, and they are being given something to take away. So this deciphering is probably the doing of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and Imam alayhi salam. And it is their gift. This is something that everybody can come, and they're not asking for much, because everything, this is like paradise, as you called it. Yes, I feel like they've given me this opportunity. I think it's very difficult to translate feelings into words. I think maybe they should come. That's the first thing I would tell everybody. To come for yourself, even if it's, even if you don't get to walk the whole way, if you don't get to do a lot of things, hear that people say, go do this, do that. But also, you're not going to go back disappointed. I don't know what they're looking for in life. I found peace, I found kindness, I found a joy that nowadays comes and goes. So if, inshallah, I can keep this feeling, I know it's going to help me in every aspect of my life. But yes, it can be the reality, inshallah. To be honest with you, I don't think there is anything wrong with living your life, but I think this is going to affect every decision you make. I think the effect of this trip is going to be that you remember that you're not, you don't belong just to this world, and that's it. It's going to help because it goes so deep, deeper than, unfortunately, we don't spend that many hours of our life thinking about what we believe. I think this is, for me at least, it's going to be that shining light, that memory that I go back to help me make a good decision when I'm faced with one. Whether it's, making a fashion choice, or whether it's making a decision about raising my kids, whether it's about a job opportunity, whether it's about how I want to spend the rest of my life. We don't have a lot of time. So what I've been thinking during this trip is that, of course, I would hope that I could do this every year and I could do this every moment of my life. But we also are told to live a life with our family, with our friends. How can I make that closer to this? That is going to be my goal. How do I bring the two together to not be conflicting? And I don't want to fight and have one life that I come to Arba'in Ziyarat and I pray and I do religious stuff, and another life that I have to completely dismiss of all this. It's going to be a motivation. It's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be a motivation. And I think I have stronger hope now to sort of make more attempts at that, at making peace between the two. And I think it's because of the peace that I felt here. And I keep saying peace, but that's how from the very beginning, we were very tired. It's very crowded. You don't understand where you're going, but I feel like I'm somewhere I belong. I feel like there is no way I'm going to get lost. There is no way I'm going to, there is no danger. And I don't think I can experience that any other time. So that's the hope that I have for the rest of my life, the life that I've come from, to find this sort of, well, I've put this when I'm making a decision, and I've made this decision based on the fact that I had this opportunity. I am going to make myself a better person. And if the decision is a good decision, fine. If it's not, then I've done my best, at least. By example, so each one of us have a family. We all have habits. We all have friends. We all have to go to work. I think each one of us can be a good example. If I go back and decide, try to find out what Imam Hussein's life has been like, why he made this decision and that, why he made these sacrifices on the day of Ashura, and hope to implement the same values in my family life. Then the next one, my neighbors who don't have any idea, they just see me, they will look for what brought me here. they will see the value in what I believe, and hopefully that's the message. That's how we convince them that this is the way. If we break our families, if we break the good bond that you mentioned we have, I think even Western world, in the Western world, they value family. It's just that perhaps they don't know how to achieve it. And, life is life.
Program when it is broadcasted in your part of the world, what is the message you want to give to that family, to the world out there?
The Muslim ones,
Yes.
or?
No, generally the public
Generally.
who will watch your program. What message do you have for them?
Well, I think women have a very great responsibility. As Muslims, as Shias, we want this love to go down our generation, and it's up on us to do our part. To the women, I know they value their family, they value their children. You don't have to be a Muslim to understand and make a connection, a bond to Imam Hussein and his message, to the women that came with him, made sacrifices. You can just look it up, and I'm sure you will find a common ground with them.